Hi America. My husband and I were recently having a conversation and he told me that he's noticing more and more people are just so afraid. My husband's line of work takes him out and about. He ends up talking to lots of people, interacting with many throughout the day, different people, and he was telling me that he's seen more and more people be afraid. What is causing this fear now? Is it just because it's the dark winter that was prophesied by the person who thinks he's going to be our next president? He also has told us recently in the last couple of days that we are going into our darkest days of COVID-19. That's not a very hopeful outlook, is it? So I want to share some hope with you. If you are someone who is completely afraid, if you feel, I honestly think that there's people out there who think like COVID is like floating through the air like pollen, and it's just waiting to land in your nostrils. It's just waiting to land in your sinuses and infect you and kill you, and then it's over, of course. It's not like that. Let me tell you about a friend of ours. We have a friend who, his name is Pat. He ended up getting COVID, legitimately getting COVID. It wasn't just one of those where I think I'm sick, maybe I should go get tested, like a lot of people are doing now. This was a legit case. He had a fever for 11 straight days. It got to day 7 and his fever was up to 102. By day 9, his wife said, we've got to do something. Well, we had shared a website with them, aflds.com, and I had told her, if you guys end up needing more help, you can go to this website and get immediate help. Well, thankfully, that's exactly what they did. They went to this website. They were able to get in touch with a doctor who was able to prescribe for Pat exactly what he needed. Within 2 days that prescription arrived, Pat's 11-day fever broke 4 hours after taking his first dose of this medication. His wife had been really concerned about him. Like, she was getting really worried, like, are we going to lose him? His breathing was really labored. There were times he felt like he couldn't breathe. She was really scared, and rightly so. But you know what? This medication helped. This is the same medication that President Trump mentioned way back in March. This is the same medication that has been banned now by so many doctors from prescribing to patients, even though for 65 plus years, this medication has been safe for the elderly, for nursing mothers, for pregnant mothers, for children, for anyone who is vulnerable. This medication has been safe, even considered more safe than aspirin. Pat told me himself this story, and he told me, thank you so much. I'm just so grateful that we knew something that could help our friend. And you need to know it too. There is hope. There's hope for the very beginning. There's hope preventatively. It's called prophylaxis. There is help at the beginning. And you can be beefing up your immune system so that when you are out and about, because you can be out and about, when you are out and about, you can feel confident that you're going to be okay. Please, folks, know there is hope. And the hope is being hidden from us. Hidden from us by the one who thinks he's president, hidden from us by the governor dictators of different states, hidden from us by doctors who feel they need to go along, from doctors who have prescribed medications for years and now say they can't anymore, hidden from us by pharmacists who have been told they can override a doctor's prescription. It's not okay. There is hope. The medication I'm talking about is hydroxychloroquine. There's no fact checking what I'm telling you because it's a story that was told to me by someone who'd experienced it. I heard the story firsthand. And now Pat is telling as many people as he can. He's telling everyone he can what this did for him. You can take hydroxychloroquine as a preventative measure. You can get a prescription for it. Visit aflds.com. And there are doctors there who would be happy to help you be an American and be free. So I want to remind you something else about this time of the year. As you can see, we are near a pasture. There's cute little goats back there. The closest things we could find to sheep in our area. But I want to remind you about the biggest hope that our world has. Sweet little Jesus came to us as a baby, and we celebrate that this time of year. This little hope started out so small, so tiny, and yet it grew to be the biggest hope our world has ever known, and our world has. This is the hope of the world. And that's what we get to celebrate this time of year. If you're feeling like there's no hope, if you're feeling that there's no end in sight, just look to Jesus, please. He will fill your loneliness. He will give your heart peace. He will help you know that it's going to be okay. He is our hope. Please do not let this season go by without talking to Him. If you don't have Him in your heart, if you do not know Him personally, we would be happy to pray with you. You can email us, we can pray with you, but you can talk to Him straight up. Tell Him about how afraid you are. Tell Him about how discouraged you're feeling. Tell Him about how you feel like there is no hope, and He will remind you that there is. He will give your heart the peace that you need. He will give your heart the hope that it needs. And then you can share that with others, because there are a lot of people walking around out there afraid, walking around out there in fear, and they don't need to be. Let's just remind ourselves again. Remember, we played Name That Hypocrite a couple weeks ago? There's another hypocrite who's resigning now, Dr. Burks. Remember, she told everyone at Thanksgiving that you cannot travel, you cannot celebrate with people outside of your own home, but yet she did it herself in her vacation home with 3 different generations of her family, and now it's been pointed out, and she knows she's a hypocrite, and she's actually resigning. There are so many hypocrites out there that are not believing what they're telling you. This is only meant to keep you bound in fear. One of the greatest ways to control a vast population is fear, and they're using it. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. So if you want to, you can check out in the description below. We have a link. There's a doctor, Dr. Zelenko. He has a COVID-19 protocol of things you can be doing preventatively and should you contract COVID. Okay, so there's a list of things he can do. So we wanted to remind you to be, of course, boosting up your immune system. You can take NAC, that's a good one. Vitamin D3 is a great one. There are over-the-counter Z-Packs, different echinacea and zinc that you can be taking. There are lots of things you can be doing. Extra vitamin C, keeping yourself healthy, warm, exercise, sunshine, do it all. But don't be afraid. You don't have to be afraid. Another thing that should encourage your heart, there are more and more Americans out there that are getting tired of this, and they're starting to realize that this is more a hoax than anything else. So please know, you're not alone. There are many patriots out there. You'll find them. When you take off your mask, you're going to notice more and more people. It's amazing. You're going to notice that you feel free. Take off your mask. Live free. Live in hope. Merry Christmas. And America, let's unmask our freedom. Do you want to help spread happiness and hope to others? Then get your Unmask Our Freedom gear. We have t-shirts. As you can see, navy blue is our newest color. We have white, red, and navy blue t-shirts in adult sizes small through extra large. We also have hoodies because 'tis the season to be warm. So get your hoodie for a limited time. And also, we have these. This is our business card that shows our website and our message. And this is a great thing to have in your pocket, in your purse, when you have a conversation with someone in a store, at work, wherever you happen to be, one of your kids' practices or doctor's office, whatever it is. This is a great tool to have because you can leave it with them, and then they have something to think about as they are thinking about how much their freedom is worth to them. So join us. You can join us on Parler, Gab, Instagram, and Twitter at Unmask Our Freedom. You can find us on YouTube and Rumble, and we are soon going to be on Gab TV. So join us as we unmask our freedom.